Slavic liquid metathesis refers to the historical phenomenon of metathesis of liquid consonants occurring in the Common Slavic period in the South Slavic and West Slavic area. The closely related corresponding phenomenon of pleophony occurred in parallel in the East Slavic languages. The change acted on syllables in which the Proto-Slavic liquid consonants *r and *l occurred in a coda position. The result of the change is dependent upon the phonological environment and accents, and varies among the Slavic languages. See below for details. The change has been dated to the second half of the 8th century, before any Slavic languages were recorded in writing. Therefore, the change itself cannot be observed, but it can be inferred by comparing words in different Slavic languages. Evidence of the earlier state of affairs is also preserved in loanwords into and from early Slavic, as well as in cognates in other Indo-European languages, particularly in the Baltic branch. Background. During the Common Slavic period, a tendency known as the law of open syllables led to a series of changes that completely eliminated closed syllables. This was evident in Old Church Slavonic, which had no closed syllables at all. Every syllable ended in a vowel. Some of these changes included the monophthongization of diphthongs, loss of word final consonants, simplification of some medial consonant clusters, and the formation of the nasal vowels *o and *e from *am, *can and *ken respectively. The change discussed here is part of this process, and involved liquid consonants *l or *r in a coda position, in environments which are traditionally designated as shown in table on the right. The application of the law of open syllables in such environments had different results in different Slavic dialects, and in fact presents some of the earliest evidence for differentiation into the multitude of Slavic languages. In some it manifested as the metathesis of a sequence of liquid consonants followed by a vowel, whereas in others it manifested as an insertion of another vowel. In most cases, the effect was to eliminate the syllable final consonants *l and *r so that the law of open syllables was maintained. Reflexes in Slavic languages. In this environment, metathesis occurred in all Slavic dialects. In South Slavic dialects, as well in Czech and Slovak, the metathesized vowel are lengthened as well. In East Slavic and the Lechitic branch of West Slavic, the outcome is dependent upon the Proto-Slavic accent. In acuted syllables, the output was the same as in South Slavic and Czechoslovak, whereas on circumflex syllables the metathesized vowel did not lengthen. PSL equals Proto-Slavic proper I.e. stage before the loss of distinctive vowel length and the change *k and gt *cos equals Common Slavic i.e. late Proto-Slavic, the last reconstructible ancestor of all Slavic languages. Compare the following reflexes. If the syllable was not acuted, metathesis in West and East Slavic occurs without the lengthening, so EPSL *r retains short quantity and yields o. Compare EPSL *t and gt, Serbo-Croatian lakat, but Czech locket, turt and tort. Word medially. On the other hand, there are three primary types of outcomes. In Czech, Slovak and South Slavic, metathesis occurred with lengthening. Proto-Slavic cerc and gt, crec and gt, Common Slavic crec. In the rest of West Slavic, metathesis occurred but without lengthening. PSCERC and gt, crec and gt, cscrec croc. In East Slavic, a vowel was inserted to break up the RC sequence. PSCERC and gt, serek and gt, cs serek. As a result of dialect-specific changes occurring before and after the cluster resolution, the outcomes in various languages are diverse and complex. For example, in Northwest Lakitic and East Slavic, *calc and *celc merged into *calc prior to cluster resolution. Examples: in Polish and Sorbian languages, metathesis without lengthening occurs. Compare Polish brzeg, mleko, grok, mlot as opposed to ocs breg, mleko. Slovene gra, ocs mlat. In Northwest Lakitic, *calc and *celc yield cluc, *cerc and gt, crec, while in *carc r becomes just like word initially under acute, but does not undergo metathesis. Compare Palabian Porsa to Slovene praise and Pomerian guard to ocs grad. In Czechoslovak, word medial metathesis occurs with the lengthening, just as in South Slavic. Compare Czech mlat, rock to Polish mlot, grok with o inside. East Slavic languages have pleophonic *carc and gt, karok, *cerc and gt, seruk, and *calc, *celc and gt, kalok. Compare Russian gorod, berek, molit, moloko. TRT and TRT complete and incomplete, first and the second metathesis. If one considers the liquid metathesis complete only under the condition that it occurs with the corresponding vowel lengthening, then the complete metathesis occurs only in South Slavic, partially Slovak and in non-word initial position in the whole Czechoslovak area. The complete metathesis has been operational in all Slavic languages under the acuted syllable. Under the word initial non-acuted syllable there was no lengthening except in South Slavic and partially Slovak. As it was mentioned, word medially the complete metathesis occurred, besides in South Slavic. In Czechoslovak group, in Polish and Sorbian it operated without lengthening, and in Northwest Lakitic it didn't operate even in the case of *carc syllables. In East Slavic languages, pleophony yielded *cvrc and gt, cvrvc. The reflex of *l in Northwest Lakitic and East Slavic is always hard, since the reflexes of acuted word initial *r and *l have been the same in all Slavic dialects. The change of acuted *r, *l must have preceded the change of other syllables closed by a liquid, where the reflexes are different, so one can distinguish the first and the second metathesis of liquids. Dating. With Slavic evidence alone, the change cannot be dated precisely because no Slavic languages were committed to writing at the time. However, words may have been documented in the non-Slavic languages of the same time period, and words may also have been borrowed into Slavic from other languages. This makes it possible to narrow down the time at which the change occurred. The liquid metathesis occurred in the Common Slavic era. It either took place after or was still productive until the end of the 8th century. This is because the name of Frankish ruler Charlemagne underwent this change. Old High German Karl and GT, PSL, *Karlju and GT, Common Slavic *Kor LJ and GT, Russian Karol, Polish Krol, Slovak Kral, Serbo-Croatian Kralj. On the other hand, the change is already shown completed in the earliest Old Church Slavonic documents. This implies that the change was completed, at least in the dialects of Bulgaria and Macedonia, no later than the 9th century, when these documents were written. There are also glosses of Slavic words in foreign language sources. Earlier sources show no effective liquid metathesis, such as when the late 8th century Greek chronicler Theophanes writes Slavic names as Alpha Rho Delta Alpha Gamma Alpha Sigma Tau Omicron Sigma and Delta Alpha Rho Gamma Alpha Mu Eta Rho Omicron Sigma. Old Church Slavonic versions of these names, with the metathesis applied, would be Radagast and Dragoma. Liquid metathesis is also seen in various borrowings preserved in toponymics: Latin Arbor and GT, Serbo-Croatian Rab, Latin Albona and GT, Serbo-Croatian Laban, Latin Skardona and GT, Serbo-Croatian Skraden, etc. Interpretation. It has been suggested that East Slavic preserved the actual state of affairs, i.e., that the vowel was inserted in Common Slavic period, and only subsequently it was lost in all dialects except in East Slavic, in a position preceding the liquid. So the exact development would be e.g. in case of Serbo-Croatian, PSL, *Barda, beard, and GT, Common Slavic, Barada and GT, Barada and GT, SCR, Brada.